but I'm saying that's what women are. That's the pushback that women are saying. Like, it doesn't matter what I do. I should still be treated with respect. You know what I'm saying?
No, yeah, of course. But I think it probably would be the same thing for women. I mean, for men. Like, that's almost like saying just because I have all gold teeth top and bottom with multiple chains and my pants sagging, don't you think I'm a thug? You know, and it's just like, well, we don't know. Or don't you think I'm out here on the street? So I think perception, implicit bias, all of that stuff, like, we automatically come with it. And it's just, that's just the reality of it. So it's carry the way that you want to be seen or carry the way that you want to be treated. But at the end of the day, your appearance can sometimes teach people how to treat you, or, you know, until they have a conversation with you, then they're going to, you know, that also teaches them how to treat you. But if a person judging a book by its cover, we already know, like, we learned that in like second grade. Like,
yeah. And dare I say, in this space, when we are talking about social justice, right? In this current climate, when we're talking about social justice, and we're talking about protect Black women, and we're talking about trust Black women, and we're talking about locking up the race soldiers that murdered Breonna Taylor, and we're talking about Kamala Harris, who is the first ever she's the VP nominee for the Democratic Party. We'll get to Kamala, but is this the right song for this time in this moment? Because it's like Black men and women are trying to uplift, because of Sandra, we're trying to uplift the image of Black women, and stuff like that. And then we got a jam that's number one. Talk about there's some hoes in this house. Huh?
How about the music that Black men are making? It goes both ways.
I don't like that argument. We talk about WAP right now.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if you're gonna talk about one, talk about all. Y'all
but guess what?
If that song wasn't as hype as it is, y'all really wouldn't be mad right now.
No. Do you think I dislike the video?
Listen.
Do you really think that I sat up there and said, this is I can't believe this you really think I watched that video like that?
He was just like that. Look at that video. Look how close
I was like this. There was some chips. I didn't watch it. I was not watching it like that. You think I was offended? No, I'm not offended.
But I'm saying that's what women are. That's the pushback that women are.
Yo, what's going on? Welcome to the Soapboxx Podcast. I'm your host, TJ Legacy, and I am joined with the best co-host that a podcast could ever ask for. And I'm going to go around and introduce everybody. We are happy to be here live on Thursday, the most infamous podcast on all your streaming services. Feeling good, feeling great. We're going to start off with the lady from the north. What's going on, Jesse? What's popping?
What's popping? What's good? Feeling good, better than ever. You know what I'm saying? What's up?
Welcome back. Feeling 100%. What's the percentage? 80, 100, 90? 70?
I'm gonna say 95, only because I haven't eaten anything yet. But y'all know, I had COVID and I literally felt like I was going to die. I'm not even like bullshitting. I'm not even being dramatic. I literally felt like I was on my deathbed. But I'm feeling 95%. So thank you to God for that. So I'm good. Yes. I'm feeling good. I'm happy to be here.
You are glad that you are feeling better and the kids are doing better and everything like that. So thank you. And you're dabbing. So hey, let's start. It's gonna be a good show. And you're here on the show. You haven't eaten, but you're drinking. So it's gonna be an interesting episode when the alcohol.
I'm drinking this nasty ass Truly because I don't have my wine, and this is disgusting. It's a seltzer, and there's only 5% alcohol, so it's like drinking water.
Yo, not to be outdone, all the way from Tallahassee, Florida. Short hair, don't care. What's up, Just Giovanni? How you doing?
Hey, what's up, everybody? Like Jay, like Jess, I am feeling well, and I am 100% vaccinated. So I am hoping that keeps the coronavirus away from me as the pandemic continues to surge.
Okay. Now, what made you? I didn't know that you took the first one. So So what made you decide? Was it just a employment thing, or you just was like, hey, this is something that you decided, hey, I'm just gonna go ahead and do it?
Yeah, it was definitely just one of those, like, I'm gonna go ahead and do it. Like, it's no reason for me to not be doing it. I felt like at this point, considering the fact that we all will die one day, at least I hope I don't die from the coronavirus.
Okay. That's interesting. Look, I know people have talked did a show on this. I'm still undecided. I'm still watching the trends, but the personal choice. I like the fact that we have two people, different choices and stuff like that on the podcast. Before I get to your hand raised, Jess, let me introduce a man from NYC. What's going on, Mr. Homeless Millionaire Alan York? What's good, man?
Yo, man, peace. I'm glad to be back. I'm glad to see the family. I don't have any medical updates for you guys as of right now.
We was just talking offline about Alan getting in shape in the gym, working on his health, his self-care. Yeah. Soapboxx calendar coming soon, 2022. For sure. You know what I mean?
Mad oils. Technically, and I guess we'll elaborate, after. Technically, I am in a quarantine right now, but we're not gonna. Well, we can elaborate on that later. TJ, how you doing?
Yo, I am feeling good. I'm feeling great. I think I took a vacation. Got some things off my plate and I'm able to get into my creative space again, and less stress. And I have to really put some things to God. But yo, man, I'm good. I had a little bit of a sniffles or whatever. I think because of getting out of the pool and going into the AC and to the hotel and everything like that. But I'm good. I'm feeling good. And I like the trajectory of where things are heading for me, not just here on the podcast, but in life. And I'm just staying positive, man. I'm just staying positive. And it's good to see everybody back in full force on the Soapboxx Podcast. Doing well, feeling good.
Just and TJ.
Yeah, go ahead.
No, I just like to say, Soapboxx Nation, please don't hang me to a cross because I said that I do not want to die from the COVID, from the coronavirus.
Yes. Right, though. Who does though?
Right. Nobody does. Exactly. So I just wanted to go back and say that, of course, I'm still praying for everybody to be fully covered in the name of Jesus.
Amen.
Amen.
Hallelujah.
Yes. And I got my saves. But yo, Alan, tell them where they can find us, man, on our social media.
Well, of course, you can find us at Soapboxx Podcast 2 X's. Soapboxx Podcast 2 X's on all platforms. Matter of fact, as we're speaking right now, we are live streaming from our Facebook as well as YouTube. So you can chime in either or. We'll have clips up on the Instagram later. And, please tap in with us, follow us, subscribe. Tell your mama to subscribe as well.
And your grandma.
And your great grandma in them. Now, also, quick caveat because I know Jesse had a question. She raised her hand. She was being very.
I know this is a new Jesse. It was a hand raise. It was delivered.
I know. So like as she stated, she just got over COVID. Shout out to her. We got Giovanni. Just got the vaccine. Just like a quick synopsis. I just came from out of town. I had to handle some business. One of the homies is having a little one, so I had to go a couple states over on the train. But I felt like this week was probably a good week for me to just kind of like stay inside, because I went and I got a Rona test as soon as I came back, and it was like, bro, that's not how it works. You got to wait 5 days. So I haven't been to the gym this week. I'm staying low. I'm keeping myself and other people protected, at least the people that go to the gym with me. Everyone else, just kidding. I'm inside. So I felt like I'm in the middle of you two. But Jesse, I know you have something to say, so I'm going to kick it to you before we get off and running.
Now that's important because I'm actually quarantining right now myself because I thought about that. I was like, yeah, let me go ahead and
because you did say that you coming back from somewhere as well. So
yeah. I was still in state, but I still want to be in. I did go to some WWE events. I did wear my mask.
Oh, he was outside.
Yeah, so I need to quarantine and make sure I'm good.
And it's just crazy how county by county is different because I was in Maryland and I went to a Target and it was just raw dog season, and I was just so taken back. I was like, what? Nobody cared. I was like, what is this the Twilight Zone? And it was like, oh yeah, this county is no mask mandate, but the county over 2 miles away, everybody got to wear a mask. So people was just outside in Target all willy-nilly.
Yo, speaking of people outside, real quick, before we get to Just Say, I was in Tampa and I randomly ran into the Carter.
I saw that.
Yeah, if you guys are not tapped in to our Instagram, you should tap into the Instagram and you can see the juicy news before it becomes the juicy news. But I wasn't surprised at all that you ran into the Carter attitude.
He was in his Naruto, like his anime costume, whatever.
I saw that.
First of all, I had a lot of the sacrament, so the picture actually came out a lot better than how I felt at the time. Because boy, I was thinking my vision was not all there. But I looked at him, I was like, "Yo," he was like, "Yo, what's up?" So it was all love. Shout out to the Carter. Being a Soapboxx Podcast alumni, as we like to say. But that was a dope interaction. He's doing well, so who knows? Maybe in future he'll visit the pod every so often. We'll see.
But
Jesse had her hand up. Yes, Jesse, please.
First of all, y'all are my I don't even know what to say. What are we? Because my choice of vocabulary is not that great. You guys are my.
It depends on what you're trying to describe us as.
Yes, we are your what?
My co-host.
Yes,
not co-host.
Sure. Yes.
Okay, my co-host.
Yes, I am your co-host.
Okay. We are hostesses together. So you guys know me by now. It's been about a year and a half, right? So you guys know that when Jessie has a thought and she raises her hand, she has to say that thought right then and there, or else she forgets.
I was thinking that too. I was like, man, we probably drag this too long.
I was definitely thinking it.
I was like, damn, we done did too much. It's over now.
I completely forgot. All I know is that it was in regards to the vaccine and how I just wasn't comfortable getting it, but I wasn't gonna say that. It was more along the lines of what Jay was saying in regards to her getting it. And I'm sorry, but I completely forgot. And hopefully if I remember, I'll bring it up again so we can just let the show go on.
You can just blame me for that, for chiming in for too much. But look, let's get to our first. Today, Soapboxx Nation, we're back. We're kind of getting back into the swing of things. So we're just gonna let the show flow however way it flows. We are glad that you're here. We have some topics, so we're just gonna, hit some clips and have a good time. Hey, are we gonna do what's popping? Are we gonna do the Brittany Renner story?
Yes, why not? So we got a whole clip for y'all, but let's get into it. So What's popping? First of all, let me tell y'all something. Sometimes in life, you meet somebody and y'all just get frisky, and it could be out of love, it could be out of fun, it could be out of whatever, but sometimes when y'all doing that, a baby is gonna come out of that, okay? And not all the time, because sometimes people take certain measures to prevent that. Now, in this case of Brittany Renner, she did not take preventative measures because she definitely stated that NBA players and rappers, I believe, are dumb. They're dumb. They're stupid. And you can definitely trap them. And
I have that clip.
Let's get into it, TJ. Let's get into it.
I don't know why in 2018 that's any of your fucking business or why it matters. But 24, 11 athletes, woo! 5 entertainers, woo! 8 regular guys, woo! I've only fucked 3 regular guys since I've been Instagram famous because a lot of y'all run your fucking mouths too much. I don't want to be sending you a video 1 minute, the next minute I see me spreading along the timeline playing with my pussy. In my experience, the worst people to deal with are the athletes. None of them use condoms, really. So if y'all really want to try to come up off a check off a man, I mean, you could just fuck an athlete. They're really dumb. I don't like talking about my history with men I'm dating, I guess until now, because most of the guys that I've dealt with are gonna have more money than you. And you're gonna feel a way about it. I know the male ego is fragile, like the ball sack that hangs in between your legs. In conclusion, like, I don't even look at people as like trashy or not. It all comes down to mentality for me.
Wow.
I mean, like, she definitely said what it is.
She's a psychopath.
I mean, she said what it is. She put it out there on the internet for everyone to hear. So it's not like she was doing it like behind closed doors, like, you don't know who I am. No, she said, this is who I am. This is what I know. And this is what I'm going to do. And this is what I did. And now look, I'm getting $200K a month. Now, I would also like to say that this basketball player, what is his name? JP Washington? What is his name?
PJ Washington for the
PJ. I'm dyslexic. Yes, PJ Washington. He said that on the Shade Room, he left them comment. He put caps, like it was not true. So I don't know how true it is that he's gonna have to be paying $200K a month for 18 years. But if that is the case, damn, buddy, you went outside, because she definitely said that child was dumb, and she definitely said that that's what she was gonna do, and she did it.
Listen, I heard allegedly, right, that he was in the University of Kentucky, and she was like in her late 20s, and he was like real young, and she basically waited on some like allegedly Tiger, Kylie Jenner type shit, where
I heard
she basically was like grooming him, allegedly, right? And his homeboys didn't warn him, and so now he has a baby with her, and she's come up on that 200,000. But I did want to play, before we get into our commentary and go around the horn, I wanted to play some more commentary from her, because, and I'm going to speak on it because I think this is very fascinating to hear. This is more of Brittany Renner.
Wouldn't be mad if I did. But there's only like 1 or 2 guys I would revisit romantically. So we'll see. A lot of these guys like to play tough and they act like I'm going to be available forever. But honey, guess how many broken hearts there will be the day I get engaged, and I'm expecting. I just get over them because I'm like, if it's not you, then that means my future husband's still out there. Thank God. My favorite basketball team is whatever NBA player I'm fucking. I love watching basketball. It's just way more interesting when there's someone on the team like that I'm linked to. But I don't really have a favorite one, just players. First thing off the dome is the dome, because I love sucking dick. But here's the thing. There's a lot of guys that I've been with that I never sucked their dick, or if we were intimate, it wasn't a focal point. So I don't know. I've met pretty much all the guys I've ever talked to since 2014 on social media. Sweetie, you're not going to meet me at Whole Foods, so you might as well slide in the DMs now. Shoot her. I would say he's probably 5'3" or 5'4". And I'm 5'6". He's a shorty. She's talking
about Lil Uzi Vert. That's who she's linked to.
I'm just honest. I don't fear anyone or anything, so I never find it necessary to lie. You ask me, did you come, babe? Nope. Try again next time. Of all the guys I slept with, only 2 of them have been white. Yeah, I'm just like not the biggest fan of pink meat. I like BBC.
Okay, before we go to my commentary, Giovanni, when you hear a woman like that, when you hear her talking like that, what's your first initial reaction?
To be honest, I agree with her. She just being real. I feel like
I didn't expect that shit at all. What?
Yeah, I mean that's my first initial reaction. Like she's being real, and I think, and I'm saying she's being her. Like I'm not saying like that is the definition of what defines being authentic. I'm just saying that if that's who she is and she wants to promote that version of her, then that's who she is. And then my second reaction is I feel like in those situations where women are able to come forward boldly about what they do in the bedroom, it's usually because, like she said, she doesn't give a damn about what anybody else thinks. And that means from the people who birthed her all the way down to the people who she's dating, you know, maybe and you know, sometimes people don't have a religion that they follow. They don't have any, they didn't grow up with certain like morals or obligations to follow. And so they have a very free, open type lifestyle. And so, you know, that's what I always view. It is very, I think it is easy to become a person who doesn't care what anybody thinks when you don't have like those type when you don't have certain values attached to your name. And so you get, you know, that.
Damn. Yeah. Just say, what was your, when you heard that last rant on IG, you know, what did you think about her, what she had to say? Brittany.
So I thought many things. So number one, like Jay said, I definitely agree. I appreciate the realness. She's definitely real about who she is. She's definitely open about what she knows and how she feels. Like she's not afraid to admit that. Like, you know, she puts that out in the open, and it's not like it's not like you can act like you didn't know who she is, because she blatantly says it out in the open. And also at the same time, as a mother raising 3 sons, it also made me think, y'all better research every motherfucking girl you date, because if you don't, I'm gonna do it, and I'm gonna send you that video, and I'm gonna show you, look at what this bitch is saying. You better wrap it up, because if you don't wrap it up, then it's on you, because she's saying it. She's not, she's literally saying it. She's saying like what it is. You know what I'm saying? So for me personally, when I think about it on a personal level, as far as like a mother raising 3 sons, I think about it as like every woman you date, you better research them. You better know who they are before you decide to get your winky and in them. You better know what the freak you're doing. Okay. And at the same time, when I look at it from Brittany's side, it's like she's being real about who she is. She's not lying about it. Okay. So just be responsible and know who you're getting involved with and do what it does.
And I have to agree with y'all, right? I have to agree because listen, I've said it many times on this podcast. When people talking about, oh, this girl's a hoe, I don't believe it's slut shame. Look, I'm not gonna hoe hate. If you going to go out there and do your business, do your dirt, go do what you got to do. Just don't sit there and try to act like you know, Mother Teresa, Betty Crocker. Just if you're gonna do it, keep that same energy across the board. So I can't be mad at somebody living their authentic self, but you can just tell by listening to her. Like, one, not only is she a narcissist, clearly, but 2, you can, like, she has, like, that is like evil shit. Like, that's not just, oh yeah, she's living her out there. Like, she don't give a fuck about people. And for her to have a child, and I think is the child a little boy, and that's how she's talking, and she's that reckless, there's trauma. Like, look, fellas, when you're dating these women, you got to start asking questions. And I mean, I've been in situations where you get wrapped up in the pretty face and the good vajayjay and the moments and all this stuff, but you gotta really ask questions, because you see that right there. Could you imagine how vindictive and evil she could possibly be and ruin somebody's life if you really tick her off. If she already is like, look, I don't care, I'm gonna suck.
Oh yeah, that's true. That's true.
No bullshit.
My God, you know she could ruin.
But
and men need to realize who you are with and who you choose to have a child with says a lot about you.
Yeah, and another thing is, like I was just saying earlier, I feel like anybody with that mentality or that when you it's definitely levels to the not caring. You know, like, it's really levels. And I feel like as I'm maturing and getting older, I'm really learning that, you know, to believe who people tell you who they are. You have to believe that. And so if somebody is telling you in their face, like, I don't give a care about this X, Y, and Z, that's across the board. You know, you are not exempt from that. It's nothing special about you. So yeah, I agree with what you're saying. It is a very dangerous situationship to get into when people have that mentality, like they just block out how anything impacts somebody else. And I didn't know about the child.
She straight up has a baby by this athlete, and you could tell by what she's saying that she don't really care about being a mother. She's just like, look, if you really want to come up off an athlete, like this is her backup plan. Like, hey, I'm fine. And these women know that. They're like, look, I'm fine. I got a certain shelf life out here in this game with dating these athletes and all sorts of stuff. So this hustle that they got where they're like, yo, we just gonna fuck a black athlete and just get this child support, $200,000 a month. She never have to work again if she's smart, for, you know, the 18 years. I think it's 20, might be 21 years if the kid goes to college. Like, that's a long time to be paying $200,000 a month.
And it also can be, one thing, it also could be that she could try to be making a, what do people say? Making an example out of another person, like, because it could be some athletes or whoever that she deals with that has told her, like, you a hoe, you know this ain't going nowhere, like, get your stuff, get up, leave. And so sometimes people try to, you know, okay, I'm gonna play my role to make it seem like I really don't care, but you never know. Deep down inside, she could be broken into pieces, or like you said, dealing with some real trauma.
You know, and before I'm gonna shoot it to you, A, but I want to see if you touch on, like, as a society, is it time for us to stop shaming transactional relationships? Because they happen more so than not. Like girls who are getting flued out, dudes who are just, you know, paying to play. Like, I mean, is it time for, like, we need to, I mean, it's glorified in music already. So it's like, as society, I think it's I don't want to say refreshing because that's not the word, but I think
we need to stop shaming it.
Yeah, it's authentic.
We need to stop shaming it.
Look, I'm pretty. I know you want to sleep with me. You know, this is who I am. This is the bag that I want to get. So whoop-de-whoop-de-whoop, give me the bag. I'll sleep with you. If it's between two consenting adults, what business is it of mine? I mean, I just feel bad for this.
Upscale prostitution.
It is, but it's like, you know, but it's between two consenting adults. Now, if this was a minor, I'd have a problem with that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, we should just throw out. I mean, the only reason why we even had the term prostitution is because technically it is illegal in certain states, you know, across the United States. But in our reality, it is very legal. It is very legal to get paid for having sex, you know. And so I think it should be normalized, but it doesn't make it morally right for a lot of people. Correct. If that makes sense.
Yeah. What do you think, Ed?
I mean, you know what they say, prostitution is the oldest profession. I think, of course, it's been translated. The great Pimp C said, "Pimping ain't dead; it just moved to the web," right? So it's just becoming digital, or has became digital. But in regards to the Brittany Renner situation, outside of me never caring about her, but what I do know is that, like, she did become popular, like, in the mid 2010s. For, you know, she was an athlete, she was super toned, and where she really started getting jumping again is when she outed her relationship with Colin Kaepernick. So when she went out, I wouldn't call it dating. So what happened was they had relations, and the reason why she came out, she was talking about it. I believe she was promoting a book or something. Was because Colin actually made her pay for her flights, and she had never experienced that before because all the athletes that she was dealing with, they were tricking, and this was like pre woke cap. So, she was dealing with him, and when you talk about a shelf life and when you're hearing her talk about the type of people that she deals with, I think that she was very conscious in doing what she was doing for as long as she was doing it. And she's turning 29, and she felt that this is a good time that I should probably
get off the game.
Yeah, I should probably be securing something financially long term. And I wouldn't doubt that this is exactly what it is. It is strictly, it's strictly chess at this point since she's been in the game for so long. And you know what they say, a new girl turns 21 every day, right? You're not going to be who you think you are forever. So, so she saw that opportunity, and, it's a shame that anytime that we get into these situations, I always think about, like, there is a child involved. Like, somebody's going to have to grow up and hear all of this shit one way or another. They're going to have to hear it from the media. They're gonna go to school. They're going to see their mother talking about X, Y, and Z. And I always think that that's the unfortunate part. And not even to say that they're going to have a bad upbringing, at least on a home level. But, scrutiny is scrutiny. Kids are mean. And it's going to be tough for them for a little while.
Yeah, and we need to stop making it seem like we got to stop making it seem like as adults that the things that we do and what children see that they don't follow and mimic those type of things, and they grow up with it. Just how if something happened in our childhood, we grow up with it and we try to figure it out and we fight it and we have to go to therapy. And so I think it's unfortunate for children to have parents that I know what it is like to be a child where there's possibly neglect or abandonment, or maybe there was sexual harassment or rape involved, and then we continue that cycle with our children and we pass it down. I think that is very unfortunate for the parent and the child, and I just I hope that it stops somewhere I just hope it stops somewhere and that it's not a continuous cycle. Not saying that has anything to do with Brittany, right?
Yeah,
yes.
Brittany, but I'm just saying that I just hate for it to be that way if that is the situation.
Yeah, she definitely sounds. I don't know what her ethnicity is, but she definitely sounds like a tragic mulatto. Like she sounds like she has identity issues.
I'm not 100% sure, but I'm very sure. I believe I heard something a couple years ago that she may be adopted. So I would have to fact check that, but I try to keep her out of my Google web. But I do believe that's something that I did hear while she was like going through the whole cap thing, and they start talking about people's backgrounds and stuff like that. I would have to double check that. Soapboxx Nation, y'all can go ahead.
I'm not a psychologist, but like when you doing that kind of stuff and you specifically targeting Black athletes, that might have some like you upset at your Black father for not sticking around. So now this is your way of like watching the world burn and screwing over Black, whatever, man. But
is she really screwing them over? Or I don't think she's screwing them over.
I mean, this kid got licked. I don't know about the other ones. The other ones was able to smash and do their thing and transactional, so in equivalent exchange. But this kid, who she apparently allegedly groomed, and now he's a young guy, and now is paying her $200,000 a month for this baby that clearly she call me crazy. But I'm not one of the guys that think that women have this like motherly switch, right? Like all of a sudden, like you listen to her talk, and then I'm supposed to think that just because now she has a baby, she's going to be this awesome mom with having this sort of mentality. Like all of a sudden,
I think there is a code. I think there's a code switching. I think even with a toxic
mentality, maternal instincts, but her values is her value. Like you can't tell me, like me, listen to that. If I'm a dude that's like, yo, I really want to get to, have a baby with her. If I'm listening to that, there's no way, and that's even with me in dating. If I have any hesitation that you wouldn't possibly be a good mom, I can't really fuck with you in the dating world. Like that's where I'm at. But I'm 34. You see what I'm saying? So at this point. If I feel like you're not going to be a good mom, like no matter how good the sex is or whatever, then nah. And shout out to Lisa, so part of Soapboxx, and she says, no, not all women have it at all. Correct. Yeah. Some women, like, I don't know, we've seen so many of these women that have these babies and it's just like, oh, well, it's just a means to an end. And then the kids grow up and then they're going to be fucked up. And and like Jay said, it's just going to continue this cycle of, well, damn, I just realized, like that child's going to grow up and listen to his mom say that she loves sucking dick on the internet. And these articles.
It was the slurp. It was the slurp for me.
And it was a slurp. Just in case we didn't know.
It was the slurp.
He let everyone know what the slurp was. And also was like, the stories that, hey, this child was away for a come up. Like, imagine you growing up as an adolescent kid thinking about that, like, damn, like, is this all I was to you? That's some psychological, you fucking up. Some psychological shit right there. So I
think and you know what?
Go ahead, Jay.
I'm not applaud, but I respect women and men who put it out there on the forefront in relationships like, I don't want to have kids. I'm mentally effed up. And if I have a child, they're going to be mentally effed up. And it is people like that. Like they just say, look, straight up, I respect all the women who can have children. Y'all are doing a great job.
Yeah.
But how I'm moving and how I'm rolling, it's not a good idea for me to bring a child into this world. And I respect women who do that. I just want to say that.
No, I'm at that point too. Like for me, I only want to have a child with one person. Right. And for anybody that's had a child with multiple people, I'm not really judging you, but I'm just saying for me, I only want to have a child with one person and I want to be able to have a family. I'm not built for the stepdaddy life. I'm also not built for the visitation rights where I'm going to see my child in matching Jordan outfits with some other nigga. Like I'm not built for that. So I'd rather not have children than have children with the wrong person just to say I have a child. Like that's not gonna happen with me. So I like adoption at this point, 34, adoption is an option. And like I'm just not gonna go through that baby mama drama headache. Like I'm just not gonna do it. Like it's just never gonna be. You won't.
So you think that the dude I'm done with that whole Britney thing, but do you think, in a situation where a dude, he see a hot chick, he clearly is not mature enough to know I should wear a condom. Like, at what point does that leave a person's mind to think like that you should not wear a condom when you randomly having sex with somebody? Like, do people really think that children do not come from sex? I'm confused here. Like, I'm completely confused. I mean, beyond children age. I mean, all types of diseases.
I'm not the sexual, sex ed person I am. Like,
you know what I think?
Alan, tell us about sex with and without condoms. Please enlighten us.
I don't know anything about that, but what I do know is, I think it's such a big deal. I think there's a lapse on both parts. Like, I think the person, let's just, for example, let's say the male. Well, let's be clear. Both people are having the decision to have sex unprotected, right?
Also, wait a minute. Let's be clear that these are, yes, it is
consensual adults.
Consensual adults, and not only that, these are not people. Well, they could be on drugs. Well, I was about to say these are people that are not on drugs, but they could very well be on drugs.
They could be on drugs.
Yeah, they be on drugs. But I'm talking about like these not crackhead people out of their mind.
Yeah.
Just trying to get it in. These people with sense, a whole career worth thousands, millions of dollars. And it's like you put on your whole life on the line for some good.
Sex on weed is a little different. I'm just throwing that out.
Yeah. But no, well, I mean, in a situation like the one that we were talking about, it's a little bit different. because, you know, arguably one person has a lot more to lose than the other. So yeah, you would think that level heads will prevail. But I guess I was speaking about just kind of like two quote unquote regular people when they're doing their thing and then a child comes about. I think there's one extreme thought of, yo, like a child is so serious that you can't possibly be thinking to actually go through with this. Like, this is going to bond us together for the rest of our lives. And then you have the other person that's just like, I can't say that they're taking it less serious, but it's kind of like, well, fuck it, it's here, you know. And it could be a more morality thing. It could be, you know, depending on where they are in their life. Like for me personally, and I've been doing this for a while. Like I have a conversation with the woman that I'm dating. I'm like, okay, listen, if you got pregnant tomorrow, what would you do? Like, I need to know that.
You said, what would you do?
And that'll let me know how to kind of like, you know, move accordingly. Because I need to know all situations and scenarios, not even with me, just in general. Like, where are you at in life? And to me, that's important because kids is like the one thing that you just really can't come back from. So it just all kind of depends on, I think it's just two different mind states depending on the two people. Like I said, with this situation, you would think that it's more common sense that the person with more to lose would be more conscious. But such is life.
Jess, what do you think?
She got snacks.
Jess,
right?
we're talking about unprotected sex and, you know, the difference between sex with condoms and sex without it.
When you have sex, period, expect the person to get pregnant. Unless y'all had a conversation.
What?
Unless y'all had a conversation that, oh, look, I'm going to in you, and you gonna take a plan B or you gonna get an abortion. If y'all don't have that conversation and somebody gets pregnant, then you need to step up and be a father. Okay?
That's true. That's
Time
true.
out. Time out.
Time out what, TJ? Go ahead.
No, go ahead. No, I'm gonna let you finish your thought. Go ahead, because I'm not gonna do that. Go ahead.
No, go ahead, so I can have a rebuttal to what you're gonna say. Go ahead.
What if I said something you was gonna agree with?
All right, good. Then great. Go ahead.
Okay. Look, I ain't nervous. I'm just saying, like, if a dude is not ready to be a father, like, it's
then
a double
have
standard.
protected sex.
There's a double standard.
No.
If a
There's
woman is
not.
not
And
able
you know,
to-
it's so funny that you say that, TJ. And
Are
I'm
you
sorry
gonna
because I
let
know
me-
that
are
I
you gonna
said that
let
I
me-
wasn't
if-
gonna do this whole interrupting thing, but my brain is going to forget what I have to say, so I'm just going to say this: don't have unprotected sex. 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 Use a condom.
This is the abstinence portion of the soapbox.
Yeah, seriously, because this
If
the
a
double
guy-
standard is for Jesse, who loves to talk about double standards. If a man is not ready to have a child, hypothetically, he doesn't have the option to not be ready. But a woman who is not ready to be a mother, she does have that option to not be a mother.
TJ,
So
I'm sorry, but let me
have
tell you
to-
something, TJ. When a guy and a girl is having coitus, I believe that's the proper term, when they're doing that, a guy is in full control if a girl gets pregnant because the sperm comes out of him, which impregnates her. So if you're not ready to have a baby, my dude, if you're having sex unprotected, pull out. I don't care how good it feels. Pull out. You're not ready to have a baby? Pull out. You don't want to have a baby? Put a condom on. If you are physically not ready, okay? Do not try to sit there and blame the female when you're like, oh, I'm gonna. No, pull out. Or you
We'll need that. We're gonna need that screenshot for sure.
Oh yeah, that's definitely the cover page of this episode.
Don't do that. I'm just saying, if you're not ready to have a baby, you are technically, a man is in control. You are in control because your sperm 95% of the time is going to determine if a woman gets pregnant.
Is a woman not in control of who enters her?
Barely.
Woman does the choosing.
Yes, no, she is. But so is a man. So we're not going to act like a man is not responsible for getting a woman pregnant.
It takes two. It
does take two.
It definitely takes two.
What I'm saying is, and I don't disagree with that. What I am saying is, in society-wise, if a man is not ready to be a father and he is upfront about that with a woman, right? he doesn't have an out when it comes to societal standards. If a woman decides she is not, regardless of if she had sex with a dude, or the dude is like, yo, I'm ready to be a father, I want to have this baby with you, you got pregnant. If she decides I am not ready to be a mother, she has an out. She can have an abortion and do this type of things. A man can't do that. That is just fact. I'm not saying whether who's right or who's wrong.
That is not a fact, because like what Jesse was saying, the man has the opportunity during.
I'm talking about after the fact.
Yes, after the fact, after the fact, he doesn't have a choice, because
and that's what I'm saying.
He's not carrying the baby. Like,
no, at
that point, after the fact, his opinion would determine what a woman does with her body. I mean, if you even take the baby, okay, let's just say in a situation where what is it called when I'm forgetting the words, oh my gosh, if you don't carry the baby and so you have other people carry the baby for you.
Is that in vitro?
Surrogate, right. Yes. Now, in a situation like that, a man can opt out. Nobody's carrying the baby. You know, the woman isn't impacted. You can't tell her to go to an abortion clinic. But in the case where a woman decides, I am going to carry this child, which is inside of her, does a man have a say so? Absolutely not. Because it's not just a baby that we're talking about. We're talking about a woman's body. We're talking about having to decide if she's going to lay on a table and have a suction tube rip out what's inside of her, or is she going to take orally a pill and watch the baby slowly, I don't even want to say be released, but you know the process of actually, seeing that abortion process at home, or with the loved one or whatever. So it's two totally different things. Like when a woman says, no, I'm not going to let you decide what I do with my baby, it's not just about the baby, it's about her too, her emotions, her mental health, how this is going to affect me. And it is research that shows women are more impacted mentally from an abortion than a man is. It's not like having a miscarriage where you're 3 months in and then you both lose the baby, and okay, now the man, he may have some feelings toward it. Like, just automatically, as soon as a woman starts to carry, there's attachment and there's judgment when you have an abortion. Every time you go to the doctor, they ask you, how many abortions have you had? Have you had any abortions? When was your last? How many babies have you carried? Men don't have to go through things like that. So absolutely not. No, you do not have a decision in this process. Like Jesse said, in the beginning, men, from this day forward, after you listen to the Soapboxx podcast, you need to make a decision. Before you go into that bedroom, your choice is then. You only have one choice right then and there. Just like women, when we are at the hospital and we're 39 weeks and they say, you 7 centimeters, you're able to make one choice. You trying to have this baby right now, or you trying to wait and have it later? Do you want to wait and you're going to take the y'all know I'm not even going to go into detail.
I mean, listen, I always say that there's a 9-month period for a man that you relinquish any right to anything. There's a dash. That's the dash in the middle, right? So it's before, when you guys are going into intercourse, you have all the options in the world, right? There is during, where it's the woman's body, woman's choice, right? Then it's after the 9 months when the baby comes. It goes, I didn't make this baby by myself, right? So your choices are before and your choices are after to whether you would want to be in the child's life. Of course, you're obligated. To me, you're obligated at that point, but understand shit doesn't go like that. But that 9 months is completely out of your control. So if you don't want to go through the 9 months where it's not out of your control, unfortunately, then you got to deal with. Now, there are some legal things that you can do when the baby comes out. You can I'm not sure the technical term, but you can divorce the baby. You can definitely relinquish rights.
You signed your rights away.
Yeah, you can. There is things that you can technically do for sure. If that's something that your conscience can handle, then so be it. But like I said, there's a dash. That dash is that 9 months.
Now, let me tell you, TJ. Now, where there is a lot of controversy is the fact when women decide to not have the baby, and a man feels like, well, that's technically my baby too. That I do feel like things like that should be debatable in court, or there needs to be some type of law or something. I don't know.
Correct. I agree, because there are times
that is unfair.
I knew I don't put him out there, but I definitely had a friend that that happened to him. But this friend now has multiple children now with someone else, and it actually worked out for him in the long run. But yeah, he got someone pregnant. It was a girlfriend that he had at the time, and then she got pregnant, and she decided he wanted the baby. He was ready. The family wanted the baby, and she just decided one day when she was upset that she's going to go out and just get an abortion, and that was that. She now has kids with her own marriage and stuff, but back then it was just like, that's betrayal. You really feel. When men are ready to take on that mantle responsibility, that's something that's also not talked about. But for dudes, well, I will say this, dudes who, I can only speak for myself. Like, if I'm talking to someone, I'm only talking to that person. And we have already had that conversation. Like Alan said, you've already had that conversation about pregnancy. You've already had that conversation about whether or not you guys are using, condoms or whatever. And, I think people need to do what works best for them. But also, to Jess's point, whatever happens, you got to be prepared to, take the responsibility. My thing is that if you have a conversation ahead of time and the dude is like, hey, I'm not ready to be a father. I don't want to be a father. I'm not going to get pregnant. If you get pregnant, I don't want the baby. I don't want to be a father. And y'all had that conversation ahead of time, and then you end up getting pregnant. Don't be surprised when a dude don't want to be in the child's life, and you keep the baby, and now you want to paint him as a deadbeat, but he told you ahead of time that he didn't want to be a fucking father. But you're like, we need to.
Okay, that's fine, and let's keep that same energy when he becomes an athlete, and all of a sudden you want to be in his life.
You said
Go
what?
ahead, TJ. Let's keep that same energy then when all of a sudden he becomes an athlete and you want to be in his life. Oh, I know I didn't want to be a father back then. I was young or stupid, but now that he's an athlete and he's doing really well, I wouldn't be a father.
Hey, I'm sure dudes will take that chance, given the statistics.
Yeah. I mean, if he makes the NBA, then, I'll be there at graduation. But
that's a shame, man. That's a shame.
I'll be the first son. She was tripping. You know how your mama could get. Yeah, I got.
Yeah. All that technically stuff gonna start coming in.
I want to be with you.
Biologically,
I want to be with you, but
baby, I would have been sent my son over to somebody else.
But I just think that people need to, have that. Babies don't fix everything, and I think a lot of folks think like, if I have a baby with this dude, things are magically going, work out. It just don't. And so for someone like me who's like not about that baby mama or child support life, I'm just like, measure 1,000 times, cut once. Like I can't have a baby with anybody who I feel like there's a red flag. Like I have to have zero doubt that you are going to be a good one. I would be very disappointed in myself if I would love my child, but I would be very disappointed in myself if I had a baby with someone who doesn't have my best interest or my child's best interest, or also someone who just wants to be out here on the scene and in the streets. Like I can't. Yeah, like that. Yeah, I don't know. And then you got the future. Like I can't. Could you imagine? Like I'm not built for that. Like I could not go on Instagram and see my child with my baby's mom, and he's dressed in the same outfit as some other nigga walking around in the park somewhere. Like that's crazy to me. I've never understood that. I don't understand how dudes.
I mean, but then again, we also have a situation where women decide that all they want to do is have a child because they've reached that age, 37 years old, and they feel like, 3 years from now, maybe I won't be able to have kids. So instead, I'm going to freeze my eggs and I'm going to raise a child by myself. All I need is a man to donate his sperm and we will be good.
Yeah. If you sleep with older,
is another option.
What? I'm just saying.
That is not true. That is not
science.
true.
It's science. I looked it up. It's science. Alan, go ahead.
Not for nothing, but sometimes you might think that having a baby is gonna make something better, is gonna make your relationship better, but it can actually make your relationship worse. Okay, especially in the newborn phase, where it's like the baby is crying and all the time they're colicky, and it's a lot of stress. It's a lot of stress, and not everybody is built for that. So you might think that having a baby is going to keep a man, but sometimes it will literally drive him away, literally, and vice versa. It will literally drive them away. So don't think that having a baby is going to keep a man, because 8 times out of 10, that's really not how it works. Now, sometimes you might find a man who wants to be there for their child, and they want to see them grow, and they're going to be the best father that they can be. But even in that sense, that doesn't mean that he's going to stay for that relationship. So for all the beautiful women out there, listen, having a baby with a man don't mean he's going to stay. Trust me, 0 out of 10, I do not recommend.
That's real. That's real. You know what? All this baby talk, Alan said he went to a baby shower in Maryland over the weekend. We're having a lot of baby talk. So something's in the air. I don't know who's on the clock, but something's in the air. Noble gonna have a little baby brother and sister anytime soon, Jay?
Absolutely not.
Alan, you ready?
Oh, well, Jess, I was about to say, you see me and Jess say we both shaking our heads, but Jess had her little one.
It's Mr. York. Alan York is
I'm getting my tubes tied. I'm done. And I'm sorry, I'm done. So I'm hoping that everything works out with me and my man, and we get married or whatever. But things happen, and if it doesn't work out, which, hey baby, I'm not saying that that's not what I want, but I'm just saying, if it don't work out for any man in the future, I'm done. I'm not having no more kids. I'm not having no more babies.
He got to come baby.
So what if you hypothetically meet someone else and he's like, look, I don't have kids. I want to have kids with you. He just got to be okay with not having kids. And
I'm not the right girl for you. I'm not the right girl for you. Sorry.
Damn. That is very true.
Period.
Alan, you ready?
Absolutely not.
Alan, you got to put a crib right there by the yellow couch, man. You good. You're good, man.
Listen, I don't even joke around. I don't even joke with me. I don't even like exchanging chuckles. I don't even put none of that energy in the air. No, in nobody else's body. I don't play with it. You know what I'm saying? Jail and babies is something I don't play with.
Oh yeah, I put a seance on him.
No.
Don't you talk?
Things I'll joke about.
Jail and babies. I didn't realize it until after I had Noble on how serious it is to be serious about if you want or do not want to have kids. Mm-hmm. And so, if for those of you who say you don't want to have kids, stand your ground. Until you get in a relationship, things do change. You might feel like you met somebody and things start to work. But for anyone who's listening who is 20 years old, 21, 22, 23, and you're a little undecided, I would say to wait and to try to be in a situation where you are comfortable, like Jesse was saying earlier. And like TJ preaches all the time, find the right one.
Listen, I'm praying I'm praying that whoever I have a child with, I'm married to. That's the plan. That's the goal. You know what I mean?
That would be beautiful, wouldn't it? I wanted that. I wanted that 3 times in a row.
I too am sexy and make bad decisions. And so these things happen,
Listen,
I want to know.
My thing is,
What are you mumbling over there, Jesse?
Yeah, I don't know what's going on.
That having a moment? What happened? What are you saying?
Yeah.
No, I'm just saying, like, I
Blackout for a
wanted to
second.
be married. And it just really didn't work out for me.
Just say, it can happen. Like angels in the outfield. It can still happen.
No, I mean, I think one day, definitely down the line, I would definitely love kids. I've always just looked at children as a team sport. Correct. So when people direct that question at me personally, and I don't have a team, it doesn't make no sense for me to even kind of. It doesn't make no sense for me to entertain it. I'm not part of a team yet, and it's a team sport. So.
And I think that's very important. What we were talking about is team, and like if you don't have, and talking about relationships, if you don't have a partner, like a consistent partner, not somebody that just wants to, every once in a while or just the preliminary stuff, like a legitimate fucking partner in life, then that dream or that goal of having kids or having a family just seems, so far away, and it gets depressing. You know what I mean? Like, at least for me, like it's just like, damn, like what the hell? Like I think everybody wants to know that somebody is in their corner, and they want to wake up to know that somebody gives a fuck about them. And for you not to have a partner, and then to have that desire to have kids, it's like, damn, what are you really doing? And so you have to reevaluate, your circumstances.
Well, listen, I know I'm buying sneakers. But
you what?
I said you don't know what I said. I'm buying sneakers. I'm cool. But listen, I'm sorry. I couldn't notice Jessie was killing them Skittles over there. Like she was making sure that she got every Skittle, even the orange ones, out to the last drop. Now, the only reason I'm bringing this up, right, is because as some of you guys know, I've been on like this little fitness journey, and so part of the fitness journey it's like no sugar, right? And so I did like 40 days straight, no sugar, no a bunch of stuff, breads, carbs, all that good shit. Yeah. So I finally got like cheat days approved. And for whatever reason, I was craving Skittles. So like I broke my little 40-day, no cheat day, no sugar, no nothing. And like for like 4 or 5 days straight, I had a bag of Skittles, right? And it's terrible. Mind you, sometimes I wouldn't even eat nothing else for the whole day. Or I'll have
for the trap.
Yeah, my allocated meal, and then I'll have like a bag of Skittles. And I just want to know, since Jesse had a bag of Skittles, or maybe you guys are intelligent people, is there a science behind that? Does Skittle have a hold on the Black community that I didn't know about?
I thought she was eating salt and vinegar chips.
She's doing both, which is kind of crazy. I didn't want to judge her. But so I just want to know, just like help me, Jessie made me feel better because she was going crazy on those. But do y'all have something food-wise that y'all cannot stay away from?
Wings.
Wings. Oh my gosh, I'm about to order some wings right now.
I can't like wings and fries have always been my trouble foods. And this past weekend, like I don't have like cheat days. I had like a cheat like weekend because most of the times lately I've been like training. But yeah, this weekend I picked out. I went to this restaurant, Maggiano's in Tampa, which is like one of my favorite Italian restaurants. Like, and they give you like family style portions. And it's like I can't even eat all of it, but it's like, yo, like everything was fresh. Like, yeah, like everything was, it was good. So wings is my thing. And it used to be pizza, not so much because I can't really do the carbs and stuff like that. Shout out to Lisa. She says double stuffed Oreos. Man, that icing made my teeth hurt though.
Man, I love those
Oreos.
Yeah. Also,
I'm into sweets as well. So sometimes I'll go a whole week and I'll bake chocolate chip cookies.
Ooh, I'm gonna make some chocolate chip cookies.
Oh, they be so good, y'all. They be so good.
Oh my god! What brand do you get?
Nestle.
You like the Nestle, really?
Nestle, yeah, that's what it is.
I like the
absolutely the yellow bag.
Yeah.
So good. Oh, the Hills. Nah, Nestle is way better. Trust me. Get the turtles, but they have like the caramel in there with pecans.
Oh, okay. They don't have that shit over here in fucking whack ass Bromptonian.
They don't?
No, they have the whack ass chocolate chip. but they have Pillsbury. It's like chocolate chunk chip, and it's
we used to do. Okay, so this is what you do. We do Pillsbury when it is for Christmas. Those are Christmas cookies.
Okay,
They crunch different, like they kind of give you that sugar feeling and that feel good.
I've always wanted somebody to bake me be in a relationship where someone bakes me like Christmas cookies. I ain't never had.
Oh, that's me. I'm that person. Like I get even if Noble was like 1 year old, and I really, I made it seem like I was doing it for him, but I really was doing it for myself. Like, just to keep up with the tradition. It's like, oh yeah, I'm baking these cookies, and I had all type of cookies.
I love cookies. Oh my
decorated
God.
them. And another thing, y'all, apple pie. I would go to Winn-Dixie or Publix, and they pre-bake the apple pies, and they get the little ones. They'd be like $4.59. Y'all, I would buy it and take it to work and eat it for breakfast every day.
Apple pie?
I don't like apple pie. The only thing I like about apple pie is the crust.
Wait,
yes.
Giovanni, have you tried Patty's pies yet? I haven't, and I heard that they're all the rage. Are they not?
I think I had one for Thanksgiving a long time ago.
Oh, so it was. Listen, if it's Thanksgiving approved, it got to be something official.
Yeah. Wait, which one are you talking about?
Patty's.
I just want to make sure everybody's eating their flat. That's correct.
Yes.
My mom had it. My mom gets them a couple of times, like for Thanksgiving time.
So speaking of wings, right? There's this video that came out, and I think the coolest thing about wings is that people are always showing a new type of way that you're supposed to eat them, and they come fresh off the bone. Because I don't got no kind of decorum. So we do have a video, and I do want to show this to y'all because I am going to try it this weekend when I get some wings.
Hold on.
All right. Because now I'm about to order some freaking wings.
All right. Let me go ahead and cue it up, Mr. Producer. Let's get it. All right.
You take that flat, you push it down, you dip it, you bite it, and you come out with a clean bone. Cheers, guys.
Run that back.
Honor of National Chicken Wing Day, I just want to make sure everybody's eating their flats correctly. You take that flat, you push it down, you dip it, you bite it, and you come out with a clean bone. Cheers, guys.
Oh, you push it down?
Yeah.
Yo, I'm not even gonna lie to you. I got wings right now. I can go heat up and try this shit on the air. So you push it. Wait, hold on. I'm gonna try this tonight. You could put.
I'm about to order some food. Thank you guys. Appreciate it.
So did he get it? Did he get it right? The second
time? He just pushed the wing meat down and pretty much made it to a little lollipop. Dipped that thing and gone. It's beautiful.
Yeah, I mean, shit. All right, that might be.
I guess that's if you don't like your wings fried hard.
Nah, I mean they both look fried hard.
The other ones look grilled. Yeah, his look grilled too.
Yeah, I can't have and also I used to think growing up means like being an adult and realizing that flats are better than drums. I used to be the drum guy, but now I'm like, nah, flats is where it's at. So I have to make sure flats is where it's at. So I do the all flats now. And I think you get more meat too.
Yup. You definitely do, because they be having the top of the drums with like it's mad hard and it's like you can barely eat it. But the wings, like the whole thing, you can eat the whole thing. Yes.
The whole thing.
You know what I like about this podcast is that we spent all this time coming up with all these different stories, but we was just like, nah, the wing story is where it's at. That's what we need. That's what we need to discuss. That's what the people want to hear. Nah, I love it.
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie. I love wings too. I had to slow down on the wings. I did.
Look, I'm ordering some now. Thank you guys.
But the blue cheese. Okay, ranch.
I like ranch.
Or blue cheese.
Ranch. I'm a ranch.
I can do ranch.
Both of them.
But when it's that homemade blue cheese,
I never had homemade blue cheese.
Homemade.
You see?
Okay, not homemade, but I'm talking about you could tell the restaurant made it.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Like if you're from Central Florida and you've gone to Flyers,
we can't.
And their blue cheese.
I've never.
Flies got wrapped.
I need to try it because I've never.
Until I saw that one video.
Has anyone ever been to a place called Hobbits? No.
No, but that sounds familiar.
What about Froggers?
I've been to Froggers. I believe I have. You know the best wings?
Y'all don't know about no wings. Y'all don't eat wings.
No, listen.
I want some there. It sounds good.
Listen, look at my mouth is all salivating. Look, I'm gonna be in a fat boy.
Beef O'Grady's.
California chicken grill.
California chicken grill. Absolutely.
Oh my God. Oh, when I was in fam, when I went to visit fam, like I think last month, oh my God, I was there. I was like, get it. Can I get 20 wings? I was out of breath.
What?
Huh?
Huh?
I went to California chicken grill.
You came to Tallahassee. You didn't let me know.
Let's go.
Damn, Daniel.
I did when I was out in Pensacola. I passed through.
We need to let's see what the Soapboxx Nation has to say about that.
No, you don't do that today.
Nobody know where you going until you leave.
I know. But did you enjoy yourself at California Chicken Grill?
Listen, I did, and I definitely was eating wings on my way headed towards Central Florida. I was it was good. Like,
do you get it with have you ever had their yellow rice?
No, because I don't eat rice and stuff no more. But like I just get the straight grilled wings, and I get the I know. I try to limit like bread, rice, all that stuff. So I'm strictly like protein and veggies for the most part. But fries. I wanted to get fries today. I got wings today, and I wanted to get fries, but I stopped myself because I was like, all right, I need to start getting back into go mode because I plan on not drinking anymore because I did a lot of drinking over this weekend. I plan on not drinking until like my birthday weekend, until October.
How was that? Were you drinking until satisfaction, or were you drinking were you drinking with friends, or were you drinking by yourself?
I had company. The
elusive one.
Did you have hard or soft company?
He had company.
Lord, yeah. Well, but The Rock's liquor, his Patron is really good. The Terramana. Have y'all ever tried that?
Yo, you know what's funny?
Oh, The Rock.
You're not the first person to tell me that.
I'm on
I usually drink Patron, right?
Oh,
tequila. That's what it is. Tequila. I usually drink Patron, right? And that's my thing. Patron, a Long Island. I'm good to go. Before I used to drink what's that? Cinnamon Fireball whiskey with ginger ale. That used to be one of my drinks too, right?
Ew.
But this Terramana is smooth, yo. You don't really feel it. It don't like burn your nothing. It's very smooth. It's really good.
I heard of it. I heard it's like cheaper than Casamigos, but just as good and will do the job.
What is whatchamacallit?
Casamigos is a tequila that's like it's like $60, and like everybody's always talking about how it like makes you feel, people are always hyping it up,
What is
Alan knows what I'm talking about.
What is your drink of choice? What is your go-to drink?
Who?
Anybody,
I like wine. I love me some wine, or I love Corona. If I have to drink hard liquor, it has to be something fruity. I don't take shots anymore because I'm traumatized. So shots make me sick. So yeah, that's me. How about you guys? Not anymore. No,
shout out to Lisa. She said I had Terramana at the wedding recently, and nope, I prefer Patron. Oh, it's to each his own. But I think Terramana is really good, man. It's really, really good. Some fresh lime wedges, some salt, some Terramana. Throw it back. I had a nice little evening at my spot with some Terramana and then some wine and whatever. So it was dope. It was real good.
The whatever is like the interesting part, y'all.
Whatever. What are you talking about?
You said some Terramana, some wine, some whatever. You gotta read the whatever is the good stuff. Y'all didn't know.
Oh, you goddamn right. The tip whatever is the good stuff. This is not that type of show. Shout out to the Soapboxx OnlyFans coming in 2022.
Hey.
But what's your drink of choice, Jay?
I could do tequila or rum, and those are my drinks of choice. But I can drink cognac, vodka, whiskey.
You a good time.
Yeah.
She's like, there. I'm gonna have a good time regardless.
Exactly. Yeah.
What about you, Eddie? But you don't really drink like that.
So traditionally, I'm a brown guy. I'm a super brown guy. Any liquor I prefer it straight, right? So that's why I really like brown. I love me a good old fashioned. I love me a good brandy. Because like I said, I drink it straight. So like I'm really into the actual taste. But recently, and probably as of like maybe 6 months ago, just because I know that tequila is less calorie heavy and it's like less yeast heavy or bread heavy, I've been told. So I've traditionally I hate vodka. I don't really like tequila, the light tequila. So I've switched over to the Reposado. So the Reposado is aged a little bit more. It has more of a brown color.
What's it called?
So it's called Reposado. So it's a tequila. And so anywhere you get tequila, you can get Reposado. I think it's just like sometimes it may be just a little bit more expensive. But to me, as a person who drinks liquor straight, Reposado is great for me. I can have that with 1 cube or sometimes no cube, and I'm good. Love me a good red wine as well. Sometimes I'll have like maybe 1 or 2 cubes, but that's about it. But I can drink it straight as well. Like, so I do think for me, chilled, it lasts a little bit longer. I feel like anytime I have it warm, it feels like a shot. So I like pressure myself unsubconsciously or subconsciously, pardon me. But yeah, so those are, anything straight. I love me a good red wine too. I recently learned what the 5 S's are, which is like sniff, sip, swish. I think it's like savor. And then the 5th one is supposed to be, it'll either be spit or swallow, pause, because what happens is you're spitting. I mean, you're spitting if you're at a wine tasting to get the palate out your mouth. You're swallowing if you're just, drinking wine. So
you go like this, you put your pinky up, you smell it like that, and then you like lightly put it in your mouth.
Get that flavor, the sniff.
Yup, and then you drink it.
Yeah, man.
I love me some wine.
Listen, we
judgmental look. Javante was like,
we like.
Javante like swallow. My lady.
What do they call that? Sommeliers in the training.
Yeah.
Yes.
We do a little everything here at the Soapboxx. You gonna learn something.
I drink Patron over at shout out to Gasparilla because they got me right over on Ybor City in Tampa. Yo, I had a shot of Patron. Really, it wasn't a shot. It was like 2.5 shots, like the way he gave it to me. And it hit all my ribs. I've never had a shot affect me that way. I drank it and I immediately was like, oh, that was a bad idea. So that picture what I had with the Carter, like I was like, there's some other pictures, like photos that was taken, took the picture. I didn't look right. So I was.
And which drink was this again, TJ?
That's when I was drinking a Patron shot chilled.
Oh, this is the Patron. Okay. Yeah. Have y'all ever had Bumble?
No. Is that a wine?
That's Lil Wayne's drink.
Oh, Bumbu.
I never had it.
Bumbu, yes, I do. I actually like Bumbu. It's with the X in the middle. Yeah, I actually like the regular one more than they have like a regular rum, and then they have like a quote unquote premium that's in a black bottle.
Bottle, right? Yeah.
I prefer the regular one.
Yeah, the regular one. I prefer the regular one too.
Yeah, I do love Bumbu.
My drink used to be. I can't drink it no more because like I turned into a maniac. The Hulk. That used to be my.
The Incredible Hulk.
Hennessy, Hypnotic, and a little red mix. Man, oh, you talking about the sexy eyes? Oh, I am smooth, baby. I'm very. I drink that Hulk. Things get going.
Yeah, the Incredible Hulk. That's definitely when you're ready to go out and party, have a good time. Have a real good time. You know.
That Hulk was a beast. But I don't really get into the red wine as much as I should. I want to, but I just drink, the white wines.
Have y'all had Michael Jordan's new drink?
I'm into champagne.
Michael Jordan's tequila?
It's really good.
It is probably the best tequila I've ever had. I'm not going to
Michael Jordan or Michael B. Jordan?
Michael Jordan.
Regular Mike.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I can't support Michael B. Jordan.
So we'll get back to that. But yeah, Michael Jordan's tequila is so good. I had that. That's what really got me into Reposado, to be honest with you.
And there's like 4 versions, I think, of his drink, though.
Yeah, there is. They get a little pricey.
Yeah, they get really pricey. Definitely birthday type vibes.
Yes.
Listen, liquor companies, we are ready. As you can see, the Soapboxx, we have some winos on here. We are definitely ready to endorse a liquor. Just hit us up, man. We're ready for that. We're ready for that liquor.
Yeah, we definitely are.
Whatever your liquor is, I am committed to saying that it is delicious.
Yeah, like the wine companies, I got you, especially if you're sweet. Liquor, not so much. That's not really mine. I can't. I'm gonna throw up and drink it.
Amsterdam have a lot of PSAs.
Yeah, Lisa says go to the liquor store and get Polish vodka named Zembrowica.
Oh, I think I've had
that right?
before. I don't know, but if I'm correct, somebody gave it to me with like, it's not ginger ale, but it's like Sprite water or something. What is that called? Like when you just have a splash of
was it Tito's?
No, I'm saying like the chaser.
Okay. I know what you're talking about. When they just give you like
they just give you like a little
you know what else?
Drinking the straight liquor. That's a cry for help. That's a cry for help.
If you a person,
I said that too.
If you a person,
you just drink straight liquor too, Jay?
Yep. So I don't get sick. It helps me not get sick sometimes because of all the sugar and chasers and stuff.
That's what to me. That's like syrup on syrup, especially brown liquor with the soda. It's like too much.
Tell me y'all not drinking Hennessy straight.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh my God. We need to get Shelly Fanfan back on this show. Our license. We got folks at home drinking their straight Hennessy. God.
Yeah, I mean, I don't. If I'm in the house, I'm not gonna have Hennessy.
Yeah, if I'm in the, I'm not doing that. Who
is it on the rocks? Is it on the rocks or you just
definitely on the rocks for me? Definitely.
Alan, no, huh?
Well, listen, if you like iced coffee, get you a Bailey's, maybe 2 or 3, 4, maybe the whole bottle, whatever. Pour it in your iced coffee. That shit is slamming.
That's my mother.
Slamming.
I've also been trying. Speaking of that, I've been trying to get into like liqueurs too. Like I know it's not like the popular thing, but like the creamy. There's like Bailey liquors, and something
like that's milky.
It is. Some of it is like 13%.
Put it in your iced coffee. It's bomb.
I don't like coffee either. Okay. But you know what? Alan said something about old fashioned. Listen, shout out to all my cougars out there in my past. All the
drinking
cougars
that Uncle Ernest.
All the cougars love old fashions. All of them. They all love it. They get the little mixology spoon. Man, I had this one cougar. Boy, man.
I mean, Uncle Nearest.
That and then they put like a little like the black cherry something in it. It's a good time. Go ahead and have yourself a good time.
And shout out to everybody who's drinking Long Islands because we also know that those drinks aren't safe either. That's how I judge the bar. All right. If you can make me a Long Island that is strong, but I can't taste the liquor, and you don't oversaturate it with the syrup and the soda that you put into it, then you good. But if not, I don't have to go shots. Huh? Top Flight strong?
Oh my God. Top Flight.
You know what?
Okay.
I'm going to ask y'all about this as well. So I'm going to ask y'all about this.
Oh, go ahead. I was going to talk about Top Flight.
Quick question.
Real quick. There's a spot in Tallahassee called Top Flight. And if you go to FAM or FSU, if you live in Tallahassee, you know what I'm talking about. Yo, their drinks is 98% liquor. 98%. This is no exaggeration. They're gonna give you a drop of some chaser. You are going to be flat. It's not even a triple. It's a quadruple.
It's not.
Like it will get you good and right.
Good and right.
Sounds like my type of party.
I get back to Tallahassee, man. I might come up again, Jay.
I got
October.
Are they having homecoming?
Yep. Okay. Sorry, Alan.
Go ahead, Alan.
No, I'm gonna say I told him maybe.
Go ahead, Alan.
No, so ladies, so I was actually speaking to Long Island. I was having a conversation with a young lady. She said she went on a date. Gentleman ordered a Long Island. She was judging him. She was like, "What kind of grown man orders a Long Island?"
What?
So I didn't know. So ladies, is there like a hierarchy? Like if you go out with a young man, is there something that if he orders becomes a red flag liquor wise? Like, what do y'all think about that? Was she being too harsh?
No, everybody has their preference.
Yeah.
Nah, everybody has their preference. Everybody likes what they're like. I mean, if a guy went and was like, "Oh, can I have a sex on the beach?" I mean, I guess that would sound a little fruity, but if that's what he likes, that's what he likes. You know, like I mean, everybody has their own preference.
It depends on the age. I feel like if you're younger, 19, 20, you think everybody just needs to be on Hennessy and Remy. If you're not on that, you know, in your young ages, you might think something, but 9 times out of 10, grown men, they're gonna get them vodka and cranberry and put some ice in it and keep it moving.
I'm not gonna lie. If I went on a date with a girl and she was just like, I was like, "Oh, what you drinking?" And she's like, "Just give me Hennessy straight or Hennessy on the rocks." I'm gonna think she's a fighter, and I'm gonna not want to be on that date no more. I'm like, okay, she gets violent, so let me go ahead and kind of exit and say I got some other plans because that shit.
That's why I stopped drinking Henny straight. Because Henny be making me want to fuck a nigga up.
Yeah, listen. Well, forget Hennessy. Just like if she orders brown straight, I know we having a good time that night because that means she gonna match what I'm doing. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So because I'm gonna be out here with the brown and I'm gonna be out here with the old fashioned, and we both gonna have a little hair on our ribs. You feel me? That's how I know it's guaranteed a good time. And when I say good time, no, nothing fresh. Just means that, you know, she's a cool down earth person. She might know a little something about culture. And I don't I just don't want to keep using Hennessy as the barometer as good brown because there's a lot of other good browns.
Oh, absolutely not. So
like a good cognac or whiskey, you know, take it to the head.
But so is it for me when I drink brown liquors, I feel like I'm a little bit more calm and alert. Mm-hmm. When I drink white, right, exactly. But exactly when I drink white liquors, I'm ready to party. I'm like party mood, twerk. So is that true? Is that true?
I told you.
I think there's a science to it because my thing is with brown a lot of times, especially if you're drinking it straight, you are drinking it for the taste, right? So your mood is automatically kind of like, you know, I'm not here to get crazy. Like a lot of times for me with clear, if I'm drinking clear for the most part, which I really don't drink clear, but if I'm drinking clear, it'll either be like in a mixed drink or, you know, it's just something where it's all we got. Then I need to hurry up and just get nice. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, my mind state is automatically different, but I left my clear liquor days way in the past. But you definitely right.
Yo, have y'all ever had Conquito? I've never had it. Never. I've never had it. Yes. I know it's like milky, whatever, but I've always wanted to taste it. I've never had it.
Conquito is
Christmas or whatever holiday season. You know,
you just said that you don't like creamy liquor.
But I still want to taste it. I want to be able to be like to taste, you know.
It's good.
I've never had
a lot of things, but I'll try it at least once.
I've had Mama Juana.
Okay. No beef. Mama Juana is good too. That shit will get you effed up.
What is that?
What?
Mama Juana. It's a Dominican drink.
Yeah. I had it in DR.
What's in there?
Oh, thank you, Lisa. I don't know what's in there.
I don't know.
All I know is
What color is it?
It's brown.
Yeah, it is brown though. It's a brown liquor.
Go to DR. If you want to get effed up when you go to DR, like Punta Cana, that's what you got to drink because all the other liquors is weak. But that Mamajuana, that shit hit.
Listen, I feel like DR is really not the place to be getting smacked like that, depending on where you are.
Well, I gotta be alert if I go there. I want somebody.
Yeah.
Jay, you was there. How did you? You didn't feel unsafe drinking, or you was at a resort though?
So yeah, I was at a resort. Yeah, and I was with my man, so.
Oh, you lit? Yeah, he was cool. He was cool.
Yeah.
Even though,
but in general, I don't plan to go out of the country, and I would hate to like drink myself to the point where I'm like totally out of it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
even especially if I'm with my girlfriends, it's just like, we gotta be woke. All of us gotta be able to fight.
For sure.
See,
No bullshit.
I'm so glad she said. I knew she was a fighter. She said, "Oh hell no!"
Jay looks like she will beat a bitch ass.
Anyone who drinks brown liquor straight is a fighter.
I just wanted to say that I am a lover and I dispel these myths.
You know what? I am too. When I drink, I like to have a good time or whatever. Only thing is, I'm very protective of my folks. So like, we could all be hanging out, but if there's somebody within the group, we're chilling. But if somebody out there is like disrespectful, I could get real tight about that, and then I feel like I'm very invincible when I drink. So. Actually, there was an incident when I was in Tampa. I was told because I was walking as if there were no other humans on that strip, and apparently I bumped somebody. And then they were like, I turned around and it was him and I think 5 or 6 of his homeboys, and I was like, "You good? You good? You good? You good?" And apparently the exchange. I don't remember this, but apparently the exchange was, "You good? You good?" And then after that, it was just like we just went our separate ways. But I mean,
what? If I'm on that brown liquor, I will fight or want to fight everybody in a room. You do one little thing to me, we gonna fight. But that's why I don't drink dark liquor no more. So I'm a lover.
These are things we need to know before we go on the soapbox trip. Like,
don't worry, I ain't drinking dark liquor. I'm not drinking dark liquor. I'm not drinking dark liquor.
Let me real quick before we got. Do y'all? And let me ask you this, Alan. Do you women who smoke, not weed, like smoke like cigars and stuff? Like, I'm not big into the whole smoking thing, but I think there's something sexy about a woman that smokes a cigar. Is that like? I don't like this like always having a smoke smell on you. Like, I don't like weed heads and all that shit. But there's something about like just kind of vibing, smoking a cigar, whatever. Like, I don't know. Is that like? Do you judge a woman if she's like, "Hey, I want to smoke a cigar," or I really
okay.
Women who I don't do cigarettes. You smoke cigarettes? I don't. Like
I had to think twice. Yeah, I thought you said a Black and Mild.
No, cigar. But look at Hennessy and Black and look, Lord Jesus.
I was like, that's how you roll, TJ. Okay.
Well, me personally,
I used to smoke Black and Mild. Not so much anymore. Back in the day, I would like every once in a while, I would smoke like. I would dabble, even when smoking weed. Like every once in a while, I'll dabble. I'm not gonna buy or anything like that, but if it's there, I may do as the vice president of the United States has said. She may dabble. I may dabble in it.
I like smoking weed, so I'm not gonna lie. I like smoking weed, but I don't like to smell like it. So like if I'm gonna smoke it, I'm going to make sure that my hands is washed like 10 times, hand sanitizer, perfume. Anybody, like, if you come in contact with me and you will never know that I smoke. You're going to know because I'm telling you that I do, but you will never know because I refuse to smell like it. But I love smoking weed. I love the way that shit make me feel nice and relaxed. Sure.
Listen, and like I said before.
Damn, I'm saying this with a baby in my hand. Don't call CPS on me.
On that note, let's hit it with the moral of the story. I'm gonna start with our resident UFC fighter, Giovanni, Giovanni, who will bless you and give you that self-love if you don't act right. Giovanni, what's your moral of the story?
Bust out laughing. They used to call me Joe Frazier in high school. I'm just kidding.
I believe it. I believe it.
Just kidding, you guys. Don't nobody run up on me and try to knock me out. Okay, so
She gonna beat your ass if you do.
Moral of the story for me today would be to think twice before you do something that can have a life-changing impact. So think twice about who you sleep with. Think twice about what you say on social media. Think twice about how you act and how you treat people. Just think twice, and always treat yourself with love and care. Listen, if you were following me on my Just Giovanni account, just follow me on my @JustDoingHer official account for now. Just Giovanni will be temporarily deactivated as I spend a little bit more time with myself and things that I want to do with my business and my brand. So you can still get all the motivational updates and topics on @JustDoingHer official, and that's JUST doing DOING her official on Instagram.
Word. Yo, because I definitely was about to call you like, oh, she is blocking it? Oh, okay. Alan York, what's your moral of the story, my brother?
Man, listen, the moral of the story is just be smart, be safe, take care of your physical and your mental health for the long run. And of course, wash your hands, wear your mask, and send all of the brown sipping, cigar smoking women my way. You know what I'm saying? Send them
Yo, I feel you. Jesse, what's your moral of the story?
First of all, what Alan said, yes, please wear your mask and wash your hands because COVID is very real. I can attest to that. So yeah, I know he's getting dumb big. So yes, please do that. He's 18, maybe 19 pounds now, so he's a big boy, my baby. Also, as a mother of 3 sons, I will say this: please, if you're dating somebody, just try to get to know them a little better. Social media is a great tool to do that. If you go on social media, you can find out a lot of stuff, like people who make remarks like athletes and rappers are dumb. So if you are on social media, just, try to get to know your person a little bit more. If they're heavily on social media, that might be a great tool for you. And just, protect yourself. Okay? Protect yourself, baby.
Absolutely. And listen, my moral of the story is simple as this. Don't be afraid to recalibrate. Listen, every so often in life, you got to recalibrate. You may have desires to, whether it's dating or being a father or being a mother or whatever you want to do, your goals. It's okay to take a step back, take some time to yourself to recalibrate what your priorities are so that you can move forward and become successful. And really, success is subjective. So you got to find your definition of what success is. So my moral of the story is to make sure that you recalibrate and do what's best for you. I myself am feeling really good. I'm glad to be back. I'm in more of a creative space. Can't wait to get ready to do some new interesting things with the Soapboxx. And this was a good conversation. I definitely needed it and positive energy. Shout out to Soapboxx Nation. Shout out to Lisa within the comment section. Shout out to everybody who supports the Soapboxx Podcast. We are going to be uploading these episodes by next week onto our Spotify. So those who are on streaming services, fear not, even though we've been streaming everybody through the YouTube channel. But listen, please, by all means, take care of yourself and do what's best for you. And for everybody, y'all have a great week. Be positive, be productive. And I'm sorry. Look at me, a little rusty. So for Alan York, for Giovanni, for Jesse, this is TJ Legacy. We are the Soapboxx Podcast. We are out. Peace.
Tell them what we talking about. Anything. Tell them what we talking about. Anything. Anything. Anything.